Lesson 8, Making It Work, Money and Roommates. Whether it's lending a hand in a group project, passing the ball for a goal, or working together to win on a video game battlefield, you often work together for a common purpose. But applying these skills to your finances can be difficult for teens, especially when it comes to learning to balance money and first-time roommates. In this lesson, you will explore what it means to have a financial partnership with a roommate, analyze situations that could test the partnership, and discuss the importance of communication when sharing expenses with another person. What do I need to consider in a financial partnership? Tell me a time when you made a purchase with someone else. For example, have you ever pooled money with siblings to buy your parents a gift, or pitched in with your friends to buy a pizza? How did you decide who would contribute what, and did any problems arise in making those decisions? How would you handle a situation in which someone didn't follow through with his or her part of the agreement? What would you say to a friend who didn't pay her fair share? Why is it important to agree on how everyone will contribute before making a shared purchase? Making a purchase with someone else means becoming a part of a partnership. How would you define the word partnership? What are the traits of a successful partnership? Example, each pulling your own weight or helping one another out. Can you share some examples of effective partnerships you know in real life? Why are those partnerships strong? Think about what it means to have a financial partnership with a roommate. What kind of expenses do roommates share, and how do they divide those costs? What happens if someone doesn't follow through, or if the roommates disagree on how money should be spent? Read the following article, The More the Merrier, at the following website. While reading it, please keep the concept of financial partnerships in mind. After reading the article, analyze the article and discuss the differences between the two financial partnerships portrayed. Why did the second story have a stronger partnership than the first story? What factors were different between the two scenarios? What are the most important elements to consider before creating a financial partnership with a roommate someday? Watch this quick clip about tips on having roommates.
My first time living with a roommate outside the dorm, it was great actually, mostly because we wrote out a roommate agreement before signing a lease. It laid out how much we'd each pay for rent, and it clarified that I would not be responsible for her dogs, financially or otherwise. Pretty much we talked it all out beforehand to avoid any blow-ups. And it worked. We're still total besties more than a decade later. But roommates can be tough. This one guy in my friend's group house was always late with rent. They really could have used a site like WePay.com to track all their shared expenses so everyone could see how badly he was slacking, and to send automatic bill reminders. Another house had some major food fights. They agreed to keep groceries separate, but some people kept sneaking other people's snacks. Drama! So, they had to break out the Sharpies to label whose food was whose. They could have also tried sharing grocery costs. You should go to Kiplinger.com and search Starting Out to learn more ways to avoid fighting with roommates about money.
View the student activities sheet, Financial Feuds, Making Peace with Your Roommates. You've just signed a lease with a new roommate and you have no idea what to expect. You do know one thing though, money can mean trouble. Working with a partner, read the scenarios below and discuss how you would resolve the financial conflicts with your new roommate. Be prepared to explain and justify your answers to the class. In class, we will share your group's responses to each of the scenarios with the class and compare your solutions with the other groups. Then I would like you to do a reflection paper. In this unit's reflection paper, I want you to reflect about how you would approach the relationship you have with your first roommates. What will you consider before choosing a roommate, and what will you do to make the partnership strong? How will you handle problems that may arise? As always, answer the questions on a separate sheet of paper or share them with me in Google Docs. Hopefully someday you'll make it work together, money and roommates.